Hi stamping friends, this is Sherry Parker coming to you live on Wednesday, August 14th. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, whether it's live or on replay. I hope you'll let me know that you're here, but I do want to thank you for joining me, whether it's live or later, because I know you have a lot going on in your life and time is precious, and so I do appreciate you spending some time with me. I try to keep my videos fairly short, 20 minutes or less if possible, just because I know we're all pressed for time, and plus it's fun to learn something new and not have it take a whole lot of time. So if you walk away here with a tip or a technique or a fun folder or something, that's all that I can hope for. So thank you again. Real quick before I get started, it is a reminder that August is the Designer Series paper sale for Stampin' Up! Great deals to be had, so make sure you check those out. You can find everything on my website at sherrythomas.stampinup.net. It's really easy to shop by thing that you're looking for, so you can just go up to the sort feature and type in the paper, and it'll take you right there. So it's a great way to find everything quickly. So I want to mention that, and then also August is Bonus Days Redemption Month. So if you placed an order in July for $50, for every $50 you spent, you should have received an email from Stampin' Up! With a code, and that code is good for $5 off to use in August. So make sure if you did receive an email that you bookmark it, but also you apply it to an order in August. Great. So one thing I wanted to do tonight before I start showing the technique is to give away this Greetings of the Season stamp set. So on August 5th, I had a post on, what would you like for Christmas? And anyone who commented on that would be eligible to win this great holiday stamp set. It's very versatile and wonderful. So I'm going to turn my camera over and we'll do the drawing. Okay, so here is our stamp set. And I put everybody's name in here. This is kind of old school, but I put everybody's name in this little glass. I think there were 16 or 18 names in there. I'm going to draw one out right now. And Debbie Price, you are the winner of this awesome stamp set. It's brand new, so I will make sure that I get that to you soon. So congratulations to Debbie on that. Okay, so tonight we are going to focus on reverse masking. And you might have seen masking where you would cover something up so that if you were stamping around it or behind it or something, that you wouldn't actually stamp on top of it. So this is actually taking the reverse, so taking the piece of paper that you punched out of or die cut out of and using that as the mask, and then having your design on the inside. So I will show you what I mean. Some years ago, I put a technique booklet together for my team, and this was the page that I put together for reverse masking. So it just gives you a little sample, but essentially what you stamp will take on the shape of the negative space. So I will show you how to do this. It's a very simple technique, and we're going to make 2 cards tonight using this technique. So we have this first card here where we have basically stamped on the inside and created our pattern on the inside, and then a second card where our pattern is a background. So to get started on this card, first thing is I will show you what we're using. We will use the Nested Essentials dies. These are awesome. Flowers of Beauty stamp set. And for the greeting, it'll be Wonderful Thoughts. So those are really nice, versatile supplies. And so what I did is I went through my stamp room. I had a bunch of, I keep a lot of the scraps that I use, and I saw that I had this piece that was just laying around. So it happened to be the negative space of this die right here. So I thought, I'm gonna use that as my base. So I took a piece of cardstock here and I cut it to about the same size. I think that helps if you're trying to center something like that. So I did cut it about the same size. And I have a little piece of Post-it tape right there. So that is going to be my reverse mask. And then what I'm gonna do is use the stamps to create a pattern on the inside. So I'm using Flirty Flamingo ink. And I'm just gonna stamp this flower real randomly off the edges. And don't worry if it doesn't go all the way to the edge, that's okay. Then for the leaf, put a couple leaves in there. And then I've got, and that was using the lemon lime twist, and then using Daffodil Delight, I've got a smaller flower. We'll put a couple of those in there. So we're just filling the space, you get the idea. I've got a real tiny little flower so you can go in little spots where there might be gaps. So we've done our design, and now we will simply take our blending brush here. This is a smaller one, and you'll just dab on the ink pad like so. And sometimes when I'm doing this, I'll tap off on a scrap piece of paper first so that I don't blob it. So I'm just putting a nice little faint pink layer on here. Sorry if the table's shaking. This isn't the sturdiest table I've ever used. Okay, so, you know, fill it in as much as you want. And then when you lift up your mask, you've got a real pretty image, like a frame. So I love this technique. It's so simple to use, and it makes a really pretty card. So that's really the main part of our card, and we'll just assemble it. I've got a Flirty Flamingo cardstock base, and then this is the Flirty Flamingo Designer Series paper. So pick the side you like. I'm gonna use the stripes as the side, and it's 1.5 inches by 5 1/4. Just adhere that. And then I will go ahead and adhere my stamped piece onto Peach Pie cardstock. And what's funny about the Peach Pie, I didn't use Peach Pie ink on this card, but when the Daffodil Delight, when you use that Flirty Flamingo over top, it almost looks like that color. So I thought, oh, that'd be a nice little frame color. So we'll adhere that like so. And then for the final touch, we will add a greeting. I'm using the same Nested Essentials dies, using the smallest one here. I cut that one out with white cardstock, and then I'll stamp my greeting. So I've got this word hello. And then I will just simply put it on my card using a dimensional, like so. And then final touch, I've got some real pretty twine that coordinates with these colors. So I will just adhere that with the glue dot. Easy peasy. So there you go. First card done. How simple, huh? For the second card, this is fun. If you know me, you know I love the beach, so this shouldn't be a real shocker that I did a beach scene. But we're going to use the same technique, but this time we're going to create more of a background, and then we'll use some elements, the sand dollar and everything, to make the card to make it come to life. So for this card, we're using different dies. I'm using the Countryside Corner dies. You might have seen these in the catalog, really nice set. And then for stamps, we'll use Seaside Wishes, the bundle, which comes with the die cuts, the embossing folder, and the stamps. Really great set. So I made my mask with the large shape here, and I'm going to use that for my card front. So this is just a standard quarter sheet of white cardstock, and it measures, hey Lisa, yes, the oldies with the goodies. That's right, Cheryl, this has been around a long time, longer than me and you even. But this piece here is 5 1/4 by 4, and I'm going to put my mask over top. Try to center it as best I can. Doesn't have to be perfect. So again, just use a little Post-it tape just to hold it tight. And then to create our beach scene, I'll start with crumb cake here. And I've used different blending brushes. I have several, and so I try to group them by color family. They do clean out, you know, you can rinse them with water and soap, but I do like to kind of keep it within the same family in case there is any residual ink on there. So again, we'll kind of tap it and then just go in a nice circular motion here and fill in. And it's okay if you yes, it is good to refresh the past because things always come back, don't they? Just like fashion, styles come back. Same with crafting, I feel like. When I started Stampin' Up, it was very country. That hasn't really come back yet, but it is funny to see how styles and everything change. But some things come back. For my ocean, I'm going to use Coastal Cabana. And I have a bigger blending brush on with this family group, and I'm just blending it right into my sand. And always work light to dark. You can always go darker. Kind of blending it. I've got a little bit of a blob, but that's all right. And then finally, for our sky, we will use the Azure Afternoon. And a different blending brush on that one. And this is a little bit darker. You'll see pretty vibrant color here. And that's our sky. So, you could smooth it out more if you wanted, but you get the general idea. When you lift it up, you've got a nice framed little scene. So you could embellish this any way you wanted. I thought it'd be fun to use the wonderful Seaside Wishes. So first thing, and I have shown this before, so this might be repetitive for you, but the Seaside Wishes comes with this hybrid embossing folder. So the cool thing is you can use it, run paper through just alone, or you can put the coordinating die cut in the folder like that, and then you can emboss and cut out at the same time. So I'm only going to cut out this small sand dollar, so I'm going to put a small piece of cardstock through there, like so. Run it through here. Take it out, and voila. Not only is it cut out, but it's also embossed. I love this. And this one I think looks so much like a sand dollar. It's awesome. So for our sand dollar, I'm going to make it a little bit, give it a little bit of character. So, you know, if you find a sand dollar on the beach, it's not pristine white. It usually has a little bit of a, hi, Marion, thanks for joining us. Oh, you got your card. Yeah, Marion was one of our card winners. Every week I do draw, and so if you comment on or share this video, your name will be entered to win one of the cards I'm making tonight. So, love to hear from you, and I love it when you try these techniques, or maybe you have even a sample that you could share that you've done using it. I love that. So, to make our card here, we're going to use a couple more of the elements. I went ahead and die cut these out, so I've got the starfish in this other little piece here, and I will go ahead and get the card assembled. And so to glue this one on, I will use our green glue. And we'll just kind of prop that over here. And then the sand dollar, I'm going to put on a dimensional. Have it pop out just a little bit. And same with the starfish. I'm going to use a little mini dimensional for that one. Just like that. And if you wanted, you could add even a little bit of Wink of Stella. I always like to add a little bit of shimmer. And now we're really ready to assemble the card and put our greeting on. How quick is that? So I'm going to adhere, whoops, I think that's about done. I had a feeling it might, whoops, all kinds of technical difficulties. I had a feeling it might do that. It's looking low. So I'm using crumb cake to layer on top of Pool Party, which is one of my very favorite combos for beach cards especially. We'll put our beach scene on top, like that. And then last, the greeting. So I did go ahead and I cut out, of course, I am hiding it somewhere. That is how, oh, right here, look. I used the same die cut set. So the cool thing about the Countryside Corners is that the middle one is more or less like a rounded off rectangle, and there's even a little banner there that's really fun. So I used the smallest rectangle for the greeting, and I selected one of the greetings from that stamp set. Your friendship is the best gift. And I'll use Coastal Cabana. Stamp that on there, and then we'll go ahead and finish up the card. Put a couple dimensionals on it. Offset it like that. I think that gives it some balance. You got your shells to the left, and we'll put that to the right. And we'll put this as a little twine bow with just our natural twine. And there you go, a nice little beach card. Hey, Becky, thanks. So again, easy to do, reverse masking. So simple. It is an old technique. We're bringing it back, you know. I like simple cards, and I think even just adding a couple little things and you've got a really cute card. So if you missed the beginning, I did draw for this stamp set, Greetings of the Season, and so if you watch the beginning of the video, you'll see I put everyone's name in a glass, and Debbie Price's name was drawn. So she will receive the stamp set from me, and of course, if you comment or share this video, you might win one of these cards tonight. And of course, I will also have other contests in the future. Thought that was a fun one to have for the holidays because they're going to be here before we know it. The summer is coming to a quick end. I can't believe it. So thank you so much again for joining me and for spending time. And I hope you share your creations, and I look forward to seeing you next week. And have a wonderful rest of your week. Take care.